You know, you have that self-doubt. You think the market's too saturated. You think that you're going to have problem getting ungated. You think that maybe because you're a solo seller, you're not going to be able to do this, and that do you need a partner? And I'm going to break all those down for you right now so you don't have those issues anymore. So first, we're going to dive into market saturation. I've been getting asked this question for 10 years is, hey, Eric, is Amazon too saturated for new sellers? And do you think that Amazon will be around in 5 years? And I've been telling people the same thing for 10 years, year after year after year. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And the people who listened to me and started 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, they now have multi-million-dollar businesses, right? And that could be you in 2 or 3 years if you start. But if you don't start, you're going to be stuck in the same exact place. Number of products on Amazon, over 600 million products. 12 million of these products are sold by Amazon themselves. That leaves a lot of extra products, right, that are listed on this marketplace. A lot of extra opportunity. And there are currently more than 2 million active sellers on Amazon globally. So for all of you overseas, you're part of those. If you have an Amazon account, you're part of those 2 million active sellers globally. And if you're in the US, you're part of the 1.1 million sellers in the United States, right? So let me break this down for you as far as how big Amazon actually is. So every single second, Amazon makes $14,900, right? Every single minute, Amazon makes $894,000 a minute. And every single hour, Amazon brings in $53 million, right? So my company does $65 million a year. Amazon as a whole does $53 million an hour. An hour. That is crazy. In 2013, the website went down for 40 minutes. And despite being such a short duration, it lost almost $5 million worth of sales in those 40 minutes. That's crazy. So do you think Amazon is going to continue to scale? It's a very simple question. Because if you believe Amazon is going to continue to scale, and you can take the things that I've guided you on today and build this thing, then you're possible of scaling it yourself. Without a doubt in my mind. It's available to you in the same way it's available to you or to me. Right now, ungating. This is another common concern of people. You know, products, ungated. If you're gated in a product, that means Amazon doesn't require any specific information to get to sell that product. They don't request any invoices, no letters of authorization, nothing. You're just allowed to sell that product. Gated means that product does require certain permission, but the cool thing about wholesale is it's very simple to get that permission to get ungated in most categories and brands. And fun little fact, that's actually me, that little baby right there. My parents decided to put me on a toy when I was a kid, and that's the toy I was on. So that's cool. But it's very simple to get ungated, right? First, you need to have a professional selling plan, which in the United States is $39.99 for a monthly fee for this plan, right? And then you log into your seller account, and under the inventory menu, you select add a product, right? Like, let's say those products we were just going to buy. You do this process for one of those ASINs. You'd add the product and then perform a search for that product. And then once you found the product you want to sell, you simply click the listing limitations, and Amazon will tell you in the link that they provide, they will give you if it requires approval. And if it requires approval, then you follow the on-screen instructions and complete the application, submitting an invoice, typically with 10 units or more, to get approval for that product. And it's really that simple. It's that simple. And I wanted to provide you some additional resources here. So these are 5 companies that I know have very low MOQs. These are in the United States. These companies have very low MOQs, minimum order quantities, and their invoices work for approval and ungating. All right. It works. Frontier Co-op, Schaefer, Price Master, Winers, and EE Distribution. So a few different companies with some different categories in there that all y'all can use. So then Team Dynamics. Right now, as a new business owner, you're going to be wearing a lot of the same hats. Can you do this alone? Perhaps. Can you do it with another person? Absolutely, perhaps. I think the best way to answer this is show you the results of people who are actually doing this already, right? Some alone, some together. But the name of the game is, in the beginning, you are the team. You know, in the beginning, you don't have the finances to hire a buyer, to hire a packer, you know, so you're doing all the work. You're wearing all the hats like this lady's wearing. in this previous picture here. So the way you do anything is the way you do everything. I can't stress that enough. The attention to detail, dedication, and consistency we apply to every step of our journey, from product research to full business optimization. It reflects our commitment to the excellence that we provide. If we cut corners or settle for mediocrity in one aspect of our business, we're going to sacrifice and repeat that pattern in other aspects of our business. It's going to impact our entire operation, right? So if you want a multi-million-dollar business, then act like you already have it. I don't care if you're the CEO, buyer, packer, shipper. Treat your business like it's a multi-million-dollar operation, because the way you do anything is the way you do everything, right? So here's some of the value that AMZScout provides with their services. We covered some of those softwares inside of our product research that we did, but they have the Pro extension. That's the software that we use to run the calculations. It's pretty amazing. You get an inside look at trends and sales volume and quality and competition and what niches to dive into. It's phenomenal. And then they provide quickly check the niche score, so they tell you for resellers or private label what the potential score of that product is, right? So you know if it's a decent product to sell or not. And then they estimate your FBA costs for a better view of your net profit and get an overview of your product history before you take it any further. Like, why make a decision if the data doesn't check out? And they have a lot more helpful features like monthly sales estimate and a profit calculator, BSR history, and main product keywords. And then you can, if you're interested in, once you scale out your wholesale business, you want to get into private label, you can do that too, because AMZScout offers supplier connections through Alibaba. So if you want to scale out your private label business, once you're very successful in wholesale and you built that multi-million-dollar wholesale business, you can do that too. It's available here. And then they have potential product opportunities in the Pro extension as well. There's so many resources here. Great software. It's a phenomenal software. It helps with all business models. And they got new products and trending products you can explore. So you can kind of get ideas, right? And then you can monitor product sales daily and tracking performance. So let's say you're looking at a product and you want to see how it's moving. You can actually track that product and you get thousands of relevant keywords if private label is the move you make once you get successful in wholesale space. I always suggest mastering one thing before you go into something else, right? And then you can analyze your competitive keywords as well. And here's some, the same way eSellers Orion, Amazon Lit has tons of reviews. AMZScout also has tons of reviews. And this person on the right said, must have for Amazon product research. Doesn't matter if you're launching or sourcing your own products, private label, or going to the retail arbitrage route. The extension provides crucial data you will need along the way. It's manageable expense and is accurate for anything you need. And then we got other people. We've been using AMZScout to research product ideas and estimate sales. Great tool so far. So people are recommending AMZScout.